This week on Channel 8 News, we look at Cosmic Bowling, the organization fair, a local pageant winner, and more. Channel 8 News starts right now. Thank you for tuning in to Channel 8 News. I'm Alex Sanchez.
And I'm Shannon Clement. Mitch Baumberger had the opportunity to attend SAC's annual Cosmic Bowling. Mitch?
On Thursday the 19th, SAC put on an event called Cosmic Bowling. I spoke to Aaron Fellhardy, which is a SAC director for special events.
This event is Cosmic Bowling. It's just a free bowling opportunity for students of Northwest to come bowl for free. Shoe rental is free as well, from 9:30 to 11:30, and just to meet new friends and just like interact with their their same friends that they came here with.
Nearly every event put on by SAC is free for students.
All events are free except for the concert event. So like the new Northwest traditions, all those activities are free. Same with SAC Speaks, those lectures that we bring in, like everything's free of cost except for the concert. There will be like a ticket charge for that, and they happen about like once every week or every other week.
Throughout the night, they did put on many small raffles for the students to win money put on by the bowling alley.
Every so often when people come, we hand them a ticket, and then at 10:30 and then I think 11:15, they'll draw a random ticket from their bucket, and whoever has the winning ticket, they get a chance to bowl and win. I think it's either $10 or $15 if they get a strike. If they don't get a strike, I think it's 25 cents per pin they knock over. So it's just like a fun way like they can win extra cash and like just go home a winner.
SAC puts on Cosmic Bowling every semester for Northwest students. The organization hopes that students get something out of it that they would not have otherwise.
I hope the students get out of it that just SAC is a great organization, that we put on great events that are all basically cost free except the concert, and like it's sometimes Thursday nights, sometimes Friday nights, and like it's just a good way to get off campus for a little bit or stay on campus but do a like campus like school event. So it's just like a break from school work that they can come have fun, like tie-dye a shirt, get grocery bingo, win some free grocery, and just to experience like what all SAC puts on.
If anyone's looking to join an organization, SAC might be the organization for you.
We are putting on tie-dye next Friday, the 26th, I believe. It'll be in the ballroom at 7, and that's free of charge. And then I know Deer World is coming January 31st and February 1st, and that is a rather large event. And it has a great meaning behind it that you can like learn more about it through, I think, our SAC Facebook page and Twitter page. And if you have any questions about it, like email a SAC director and we can get you guys some more information. But those are the two largest, and then we'll have like grocery bingo following up and flower grams for Valentine's Day and everything like that. SAC is open to any student on Northwest, at Northwest. Our meetings are at 5 in the boardroom every Thursday. And there's a great amount of opportunities to do, and it like just helps you with future purposes. Like I want to be an elementary ed major, so it helps me like get the planning activity. So there's a lot of benefits coming from SAC as well.
This has been Mitch Bomber reporting for Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Mitch.
When we come back, we'll take a look at your Northwest event report. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Shannon Clement.
And I'm Alex Sanchez.
On Tuesday, January 23rd through Tuesday, February 6th, the Foster Fitness Center's registration for the Heart Health Challenge begins. You pledge just 30 minutes of activity 5 days a week. This includes lifestyle change benefits, exclusive cardio workouts, weekly nutrition classes, prizes, t-shirts, and optional group classes. The challenge begins Thursday, February 1st. You can sign up at the front desk of the Foster Fitness Center. The fee is $10 and can be charged to your Bearcat card.
On Wednesday, January 31st from 2:30 to 4 p.m. in the B.D. Owens Library, room 108, International Coffee Hour begins. Join students, faculty, and staff from across campus in an informal setting to actively engage and interact with each other.
On Thursday, February 1st at 5 p.m. in the Student Union 3rd floor ballroom, SAC Speaks Dear World takes place. Dear World is an interactive, award-winning event that explores the subtle and powerful connections between students, faculty, and staff. You're able to walk in, share your story, write inspiring words on your arms, and Dear World will take a picture of you. This helps others realize that everyone is going through something, and we all need to take care of each other.
On Friday, February 2nd, from 3 to 4 p.m., First Friday Culture Talk starts up again. Students from around the world discuss their cultures and traditions and breaking down stereotypes. The location of this event is still to be determined, so keep checking university calendar for updates.
On Friday, February 2nd from 7:30 to 9:40 p.m. at the Ron Houston Center, Theater Northwest Lab Series presents a spring evening of one acts. The Real Problem and The Unknown Part of the Ocean are being performed. Tickets are $3 per person and can be purchased at the door or up to 1 hour before showtime. Seating is limited.
That's all for your Northwest event report. When we come back, we get to sit down and talk to a local pageant winner. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Alex Sanchez, and I'm sitting here with Miss Maryville, Angela Luna. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
All right, well, like we've heard that you won Miss Maryville. Congratulations.
Oh,
and
thank
that
you.
you're moving on to Ms. Missouri. What does this mean to you?
It's an amazing feeling. Every girl dreams about competing for Miss America someday, and it's just one step closer to make it to Atlantic City. And I competed for Miss Missouri 2 years ago, so it feels good to be back.
All right, so around what time did you start competing?
So I actually started competing when I was about 4 years old. I've always been involved with dance and competitive dance, but mom at my studio recommended me doing a pageant. Ended up winning my first one, and then I took a break because I was just so involved with dance. And I won my county fair pageant when I was about 19. And then so I got involved in the Miss America circuit afterwards, just shortly right after.
And how have you been preparing for this upcoming pageant that you have?
So I have been working with we have a board of directors and we have mock interviews. So we actually just this past weekend had our interview prep, it's always nerve-wracking, but it's good to get your kinks out now. And then I have been finally getting back in the gym, working out, and it can be tough though working at Texas Roadhouse when you want to eat rolls all the time, but.
Well, can you tell us a little bit more about your platform, Show Me the Media?
So I'm really involved with journalism, and this is something I've always wanted to go into since I was little. And we know now about having the term fake news, and a lot of people don't understand how journalism works. And so I wanted to get media literacy education brought into schools, and I think this would be a huge change, and more people would understand what's going on and be informed. And then we are the Show Me State, so I figured Show Me the Media came with a fun little play on the Show Me State.
What made you do jazz stands as your talent?
So jazz is more like a fun, upbeat. It kind of like brings out my personality and everything. Yeah. And so I also involved with Northwest Dance Company, and I was just able to really show my personality and all my years of training, and I've even won town awards with it and everything. So it's just where I'm able to be myself and just let go. Mm-hmm.
And you've competed in Miss Missouri before. Mm-hmm. What was that experience like?
Definitely your first time out, it's very nerve-wracking. I honestly was just competing just to go and have fun and enjoy it my first time. You stay in a room at the Military Academy in Mexico, Missouri, an entire week with a bunch of girls, which is awesome, and they become, as cliche as it sounds, they honestly become some of your best friends. And you just learn so much, but you learn how to be a better competitor, you grow as a person, and yeah, I'm really excited to be back again. And this time I'm really ready to compete and actually go for the title. And my ultimate goal would at least be to make top 10, and I think it's definitely very doable.
Well, we can see that your dream is to become Miss Missouri and Miss America, and we see that you continue to strive for that dream. Do you have any advice for anyone out there that wants to follow their dreams?
Definitely just keep going for it. I have competed for about 4 years now, and Last year, what we call is the first runner-up curse, and that was you have to win a local title in order to go to your state title. And so I kept getting first runner-up, first runner-up, first runner-up, and I just wasn't happening to go to state last year. It wasn't in the plan. But actually, ironically, right before Miss Maryville, I was going to quit and was just like, I need to focus on my degree. I need to focus more on work, but something told me just give it one more try. And usually right before you give up is when the miracle happens. So don't quit, because if there's a desire in your heart, it's meant to be there for a reason. So whatever you have to do, there's times where you may have to pick up extra shifts at work, or you have to sometimes just suck it up and keep going, but it's worth it in the end. The victory is just that much sweeter.
Well, thank you for being here. We look forward to working with you later on, and we wish you the best of luck.
Awesome, thank you so much. I'm excited to be a part of this.
Wow, that's awesome. We always have such cool things happening around Maryville. Something cool was Molly Gardner was able to attend SAC's annual tie-dye event last Friday. Let's take a look.
Last Friday night, I was able to attend SAC's tie-dye event, where students could come, listen to music, and tie-dye a shirt. Director of Special Events for SAC, Erin Fleehardy, says this event is a great way to promote the Student Activities Council and also gain a free shirt.
This tie-dye event, we usually have it per semester. It's just when students at Northwest can come get a free SAC shirt and tie-dye it, and this is a way we like to promote SAC. So like if someone on campus sees a SAC shirt, they'll get interested and do more research about what SAC is and who we are and what we do.
Fleehardy adds that even though this is her first time running the event, it is usually well received by students.
This is the first one I'm technically running. I'm just a freshman this year, so like I was only at the last one, but the turnout is usually pretty high up.
First, students dumped their shirts into a bucket of water and then folded their shirts. Students were then able to choose what colors they wanted to dye their shirts with. After all that, students then put their shirts into a bag and waited for them to dry. Northwest student Addison Basilia says this is one of her favorite events to attend.
SAC's event because they always put on really awesome events, and I actually went to the tie-dye thing last semester, which was really cool.
Basilia says this event is fast and easy and fun to do with friends.
Probably about 5 minutes. It's really not that long. It's pretty easy. Fun, unique bonding event. Like tie-dye is just so cool in that way, and you can make it your own thing and have friends come, and it's really cool.
This is one of SAC's first events of the year, and Fleehardy says they have more exciting events planned throughout the rest of the semester.
We have the flower grams that's going to start in the beginning of February, and then grocery bingo is February 22nd. The biggest one that's coming up soon is Dear World. Dear World is next week, the 31st and the February 1st. We have signs all around the union. If they have any questions, they can email like any SAC email, and we can direct them to who has more information, or they can just type in Dear World.
For a list of more events going on around campus, check out the Northwest calendar. This has been Molly Gardner reporting for Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Molly. When we come back, we'll take a look at some national headlines. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Alex Sanchez.
And I'm Shannon Clement.
A world-renowned sports physician treating America's Olympic gymnast will now spend the rest of his life behind bars. Larry Nassar was sentenced to 40 to 175 years in prison after more than 150 women and girls said in court that he sexually abused them over the past 2 decades. Nassar had pleaded guilty to 7 counts of criminal sexual conduct in Michigan and admitted to using his trusted medical position to assault and molest girls under the guise of medical treatment. Our CNN affiliate has a story.
Dr. Larry Nassar will almost certainly die in prison. But as victims say, he's not the only one to blame for the systematic sexual abuse of young athletes in his care.
To MSU, USAG, and whoever else is responsible for creating an environment in which this monster had unsupervised, uninterrupted, unprecedented access to hundreds of victims. You should have prevented this.
Michigan State University and USA Gymnastics employed the serial child molester for 2 decades.
And by standing by and sweeping it under the rug, you are just as disgusting.
The NCAA is now investigating Michigan State for its role in the scandal. The university conducted an investigation in 2014 and temporarily suspended Nassar. But he was ultimately cleared and able to return to his role, seeing and preying upon young patients.
My last treatment was in August 2016. A week later, he was let go by MSU. I'm possibly the last child he will ever assault.
MSU says no school official believed Nassar committed abuse until media reports emerged 2 years later, in 2016. They say allegations of a cover-up are simply false.
The disturbing truth is, you could have been stopped back in 1997.
Survivor Larissa Boyce says when she told MSU head gymnastics coach Kathy Klages of her abuse in 1997, she was not believed.
It sounds eerily familiar to what every single woman was told all the way back to 1997. We were all wrong. We were all just confused.
Coach Klages retired in February. Michigan State President Luana Simon is now facing mounting pressure to follow her out the door.
Is this the right way to handle disclosures of abuse on MSU's campus?
The Michigan State faculty is calling for an emergency vote of no confidence, yet the university board remains supportive. Here's trustee Joel Ferguson on a local radio show on Monday.
We were going to support her staying as the president because there's so many more things going at the university than just this Nassar thing.
Just this Nassar thing. Ferguson has since issued an apology, but this Nassar thing is much bigger than MSU now.
He molested my friends and my teammates. How could you?
USA Gymnastics says it first received similar reports of Nassar's abuse in 2015, but he was not fired until 6 weeks later. According to an attorney for 107 of Nassar's victims, USA Gymnastics did not notify Michigan State about any issues with the doctor. The group says claims they covered up the investigation are baseless, adding, "We are sorry that any athlete has been harmed during her or his gymnastics career."
Elton John is saying goodbye to life on the road. The music icon announced in a press event that his next world tour will be his last. The 3-year tour will start in September. Elton John says that he has been touring with various bands since he was 17 years old and thought it was the right time to say goodbye to all of his fans during this last tour.
Another high school has turned into a scene of carnage in western Kentucky. 16 people were wounded, 2 of them died, after a shooter opened fire last Tuesday morning. A 50-year-old student was arrested at the scene and will be charged with murder and attempted murder. The suspect will most likely be charged as an adult, but his name won't be released unless he is indicted.
The families of Preston Cope and Bailey Holt are hurting, but they tell us they are finding strength in God and the Marshall County community surrounding them. Representatives from each family spoke to the media before attending visitation for the 2 victims in their high school gymnasium on Saturday evening. It was a chance for us to learn about Preston's compassionate, caring, and gentle spirit, about the baseball player who loved the St. Louis Cardinals and playing outdoors with his younger brother Maddox. We learned about how comfortable Bailey was in her own skin, a jeans and sweatshirt and black Converse kind of girl. She grew up in a family who were big fans of the University of Louisville Cardinals. She will be buried in a University of Louisville sweatshirt. Her aunt, Tracy Tubbs, also shared details of the final moments of Bailey's life.
When the shots began, Bailey made a call to her mom, secret. Of course, we assumed she intended to tell her mother the catastrophic events unfolding. Unfortunately, it was too late, for she was taken from this earth. By the time her mother answered the phone, Bailey was gone.
Funeral services for both victims will be held on Sunday in Benton, Kentucky. Kaylee Hartung, CNN.
Electric bicycles are making a comeback. To ride an e-bike, a user pedals or triggers the throttle for the electronic motor, providing power to the wheels. Some e-bikes can go as fast as 28 miles an hour. The speed is dependent on how hard someone pedals or pulls the throttle. The industry is benefiting from improved batteries as suppliers over the years developed technology for laptops, smartphones, and electronic cars. Most e-bikes now cost between $1,000 and $3,000.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week.
For more information on stories that matter to you, like us on Facebook at /watch KNWT or follow us on Twitter at KNWT8 News.
Northwest Sessions is up next. From all of us here at Channel 8 News, I'm Alex Sanchez.
And I'm Shannon Clement. Have a good night.